Warning, the following video contains spoilers for this past Monday's Raw. If you have not seen Raw, please turn away now. This is your final warning. I'm not kidding. Turn back now and come back later. Enjoy the video. What's going on, everybody? My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and welcome to another edition of my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. This time is for August 1st, 2016. We are officially into the month of August, and I want to apologize for these videos once again being late this week, but I had to get my computer worked on over the weekend because I want to make sure that I give you guys the best content possible on this YouTube channel. But my computer is fixed. These videos will be out in a timely manner starting next week. This Raw video will be out today. The SmackDown video will be out tomorrow. So never fear, we will be back on our regularly scheduled programming next week, the good Lord willing. So let's get to this week's top 5 moments for Monday Night Raw. Let's go! Number 5 this week, the return of Jinder Mahal. Now, he came out with Heath Slater, and they both wanted to be on Raw. Mick Foley came out and said, I got one spot left. We're going to have a match. Whoever wins that match gets to be on Monday Night Raw. Jinder Mahal actually ended up jumping Heath Slater because Heath didn't want to do the match. He didn't want to do it. But Jinder ended up jumping him from behind, and he ended up winning the match. So Jinder Mahal is now on Monday Night Raw. They also did something last night on SmackDown with Heath Slater. I'll let you guys know more about that tomorrow in my top 5 for SmackDown. But my number 5 this week is that Jinder Mahal is back on Monday Night Raw. Number 4 this week, Rusev versus Roman Reigns. I actually like Roman Reigns being on the mid-card. I think this is where he should have started out to begin with instead of being pushed straight to the top. I think they needed to ease him into the top spot. But I like where they're going with this. Personally, I think I know who's going to win this match. If they do a match at SummerSlam between Roman and Rusev for the United States title, I think I know who's going to win. I don't think they're going to let Roman lose again because he's already lost twice in 2 matches. Once with Finn Balor and then once with Seth Rollins. No, I'm sorry, 3 times. Seth Rollins, then the Triple Threat, and then with Finn Balor. So I don't think they're going to let him lose again. So I think they're going to give Roman the win. Now, whether or not they give him the United States title will remain to be seen. But I kind of like where they're going with this. Number 3 this week, the sort of reemergence of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. It was cool to see Mark Henry back on WWE television again this week. I've always been a fan of Mark Henry. I've always been a fan of his work because he is a big guy, but he, whether he's a good guy or heel, he always does a great job with what he does. And he's just a really, really good worker. And so it was good to see him back on TV this week. Even though we lost to Rusev, it was good to see him back on TV. Number 2 this week, the Seth Rollins Finn Balor promo for SummerSlam. They had a really good back and forth. Finn Balor is not the best talker in my opinion, but man, that dude can go in a ring. He is awesome. SummerSlam, I'm telling you, SummerSlam is going to be legit, and it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title. Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE title. I'm telling you, with all these young talent, it's going to be great to see this young talent go at it at SummerSlam on one of the big 4. And my number 1 pick for this week, Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. It's good to see these young guys and girls getting the top spot, getting the main event spots. I think this is the first time Sami Zayn has actually been in the main event on Raw. So it was good to see him get in the main event. Great match. Absolutely great match. Both guys shined in the match. An overall fantastic match. Now, we're going to look at some pros and cons for this week. A pro for this week was, once again, great matches, less talking. They need to do that on SmackDown. SmackDown was, look, one of their matches was absolutely stupid and horrible and waste of time. I'll talk about that tomorrow in my top 5. But once again, great matches, a lot of less talking, so that was really good. Some cons for this week. What was up with that first match with Charlotte, Jericho, Enzo, and Sasha Banks? And then you had KO on commentary, and it was just weird. That first match was weird. I mean, let Charlotte and Sasha take it over and do their own thing. That, to me, unless they're trying to force a match with Jericho, KO, and Enzo and Cass, that was totally unnecessary. They could have done that in a totally different segment, in a whole other segment, in a whole other match. They could have done that in a whole other way. They didn't need to interfere with the women. The women could have done that on their own. That was just unneeded. Another con for this week were the pre-match interviews. I just don't understand those. I really don't. I mean, that's really another waste of time. You know, them interviewing the nobodies who are going up against Braun Strowman for one. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I just think at this point they're looking for filler. I mean, it's not needed. I mean, they got a whole bunch of talent that could carry the entire show without needing all that. And my final con for this week, Brock Lesnar's return. I know this is not going to be a popular choice, but dude got caught cheating and didn't get into any trouble over it. And yet he's still treated like a god in WWE. You have guys who can take his spot and do just as good and not have to cheat to do it. I never liked Lesnar, and this just furthers my dislike for him. And by the way, no one can get to Brock's level because they all work clean. So, yeah, I went there. The segment ended with an RKO to Lesnar. That was the best part of the segment for me. I was not excited at all for Brock Lesnar's return. I think it was absolutely pointless. I think since he cheated, I think it's just a wash. I don't think he's needed. I just think he needs to go away. That's just me. Honorable mentions this week. A possible heel turn for Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil and his former tag team partner in the Primetime Players, Mr. Darren Young, faced off. It was a great match. It was a good twist there at the end with the roll-up and grabbing the tights by Titus O'Neil. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of them turns heel. I could see it going either way, so that's going to be really interesting going down the road. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me this week for my top 5 moments from Monday Night Raw. Check back again tomorrow for my top 5 moments from SmackDown Live. And that'll conclude this week's videos after that. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos. Like I said, we'll be back on a timely manner next week. It'll be out the day after Monday Night Raw and the day after SmackDown Live because everything is back in order. My computer's fixed. We're good to go. We're ready to go. So no more problems. Be sure to follow me on all social media at Facebook and on Twitter. In the you'll see the links to those at the end of this video. Be sure to follow me on those. So that way you know when these videos come out, I'm always posting stuff about these videos. I'm always posting stuff about if you're going to be late, if they're going to be early, you'll know. So follow me on social media. My name is Brandon Duchair Craven. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review YouTube channel for my top 5 moments from SmackDown Live. See you tomorrow, everybody. God bless you. See you tomorrow.